When the character designs go from this to this, you know something's about to go down. You know what I'm talking about, right? When characters look the same, but different? When the colors you're used to seeing from episode to episode feel a little flatter. The character's outline's a little looser, maybe even a little rougher. Something's different, but you're not complaining. Or maybe you are. I've seen a lot of anime fans react to animations such as this and call it lazy, or commenting on the fact that they didn't even bother to shade these characters, those lazy animators. But this is a very purposeful and specific technique used in animation called Kagenashi, also known as the shadowless technique. No, this isn't some random Naruto jutsu, but those familiar with Naruto might know Kage literally translates to shadow in Japanese, and Nashi means without. So, Kagenashi literally translates to without shadows. Speaking of Naruto, let's use it as an example. I think showing you a memorable moment approached with and without Kagenashi might help me show you what I'm failing to explain. The famous scene in Naruto that would kick off the last half of the young rivals' battle in the final valley. On the left we have the original. On the right we have the same scene animated for the 20th anniversary PV that was released in 2022. Now, yeah, if you want to be anal, yes, the original scene does have shadows, but it's drastically different from the PV and what viewers would be accustomed to from the series even back then from episode to episode. In the original episode, hair is very rarely shaded how it typically is. Clothes have very limited shadows. Things just feel a lot more simplified, but the animation in this episode is not simple. Not simple! There's so much detail in the 20th anniversary PV of Sasuke performing the Fireball Jutsu versus the original, but I think the scene from the original episode has something much more important. Personality. Sasuke's weaving of the hand signs is a lot smoother. The force of Naruto's chakra feels so much stronger with the incredible wind-up he does before his scream, and I love the choice to make the water bend from the weight of Sasuke, using it to support himself as he unleashes his powerful attack. It's just so cool, and all of this is able to be achieved because there's less detail. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a lie. A talented animator could pull something as impressive off with a lot of detail too. Hell, Norio Matsumoto probably could do all of this with hella shading if he wanted to. But what I really like about Kagenashi is that without those shadows and extra details, other aspects of the animation are given more attention. I find when Kagenashi is used, it allows a lot more subtlety in the characters' faces and strong emotions to be on display. Without the detail of shading, it really lets the emotions of the face be the focus. While we're on the topic of Naruto, can we talk about that one fight from Naruto Shippuden? Yeah, that one. Listen, I love this fight, and more importantly for this video, I love how this fight is animated. Many describe this fight as goofy, not accurate to Pain's character, or lazily animated. Looking at this fight and comparing it to past fights, I can understand how someone would come to the conclusion that this is lazy, but why do I like it? Pain has a naturally calm and pragmatic personality. The most Pain has to do in majority of his fights is lift a hand, but in this fight against Naruto in his Six Tails form, Pain moves a lot more aggressively and sporadically. While some view it as lazy animation, I see this as a very conscious choice. The calm and pragmatic nature starts to crumble as he starts getting pushed closer to his limits. He's fighting desperately to survive here, so he has no time to worry about keeping appearances. Animator responsible, or to blame depending on how you feel about this episode, is Shingo Yamashita. Yamashita is extremely talented, and whether you agreed with the direction he took for the fight or not, his talent is something that cannot be disputed. His work on other scenes in Naruto and other anime series prove he's extremely versatile and can animate in various styles. I think some of Yamashita's work on the Birdie the Mighty series shares a lot of resemblance to his work on the Pain vs. Naruto fight, the extreme emotions and abstract movements in the action. Look at how these characters are literal blobs of ink on the screen. One may look at this and say lazy, but I think it takes extreme skill to do something like this. To draw buildings and characters with such simple shapes and minimal detail, but the audience watching can still make out those gray squares as buildings, and those colors as a character. Studio Chizu uses Kagenashi for most of their movies, especially when it comes to the characters themselves. Summer Wars, my favorite anime movie, is a great place to show you how Kagenashi lets animators go wild with emotions. There are so many incredible scenes in Summer Wars that I could use an example thanks to the Jinuichi family. Summer Wars will often have many of these family members on screen at once. The animators do such an incredible job in making each and every one of them feel like themselves. They all have their own individual way of reacting to something, even when they're reacting to the same thing. Like this scene where Kenji and Natsuki are encouraged by the family to share their first kiss after everything that's gone down. There are so many characters involved in this situation. Everyone has their own way of reacting to the same situation that feels natural for that character. This couple in the corner, though, the least animated out of the whole group, is my favorite. The couple calmly watches with anticipation for the kiss. You can basically hear the soft as they watch. Kenji gets nervous and aborts. The couple reacts like, oh shit, it's not gonna happen, is it? Then Natsuki saves the moment with a cute kiss on the cheek, causing the couple to smile and embrace each other. You definitely get a cute sense of them sort of reminiscing in this moment, like, remember our first kiss, babe? It's giving goals. It's really cute, and in a weird way, because everyone else in the family is so animated and energetic in this scene, it allowed me to appreciate this subtle character acting all the way in this corner even more. This scene where the family is eating is also great. So many great moments as the family converses during the meal, like how Kunihiko feeds his daughter, and how everyone in the family stops chewing to hear what Kenji has to say, while Mao and Wabisuke keep chowing down. Okay, Ro, we get it. If you think all of that isn't lazy animation, what do you think is? Maybe something like this? Or maybe this? And yeah, definitely this. As for the record, I kinda like this shit. Now, seeing animation like this in your favorite series can honestly be pretty damn heartbreaking. We always want to see our favorite anime getting the quality it deserves. But an anime that I'm not taking too seriously, a wonky face or a poorly animated scene feels charming? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it really is my nostalgia for Naruto creeping in. I think now that anime has gotten bigger and bigger, more people are understanding what good/bad animation is, but just as many still don't understand that an in-between like this isn't lazy, it's necessary. What would be lazy is if they didn't bother doing something like this at all, which is how we get choppy animation like what I just showed you. I think this video was honestly just an opportunity I took to be able to yap about how much I love that flatter, simpler look in animation, especially in anime. If you personally like the beautiful art of Demon Slayer over something like this, trust me, I get it. It's amazing. But don't you dare call something like this lazy.
You spun your web, put your lies, thought I didn't know.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
You played your games, parlor magic, let your hand show.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
You turned your head, stopped my heart, cause I didn't know.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
Didn't think you know, didn't think you know, didn't think you